Going on, guys? Good morning. We are looking at Casper slash Tether this weekend. It is the 22nd of January. It is Sunday morning, about 5:15. Looking at Casper. It's been a couple days at least since a Casper video has been posted. A couple things here on the chart that we can look back on Casper's trading history and potentially see the future here for what's going to happen with the price. Guys, welcome to the channel. Appreciate all of the subscribers. Nice to see the channel growing. Great community. Let's get into this video. Casper currently down 1.63%. Not a big deal. Running into some resistance currently right at, let's see, 0.0363 is the level on the chart. That is right here. Runs all the way through here. That is a price of 0.0363. It could be turned into support today, but we are currently slightly below it at 361. Above the market, guys, resistance came in at 415. Casper did try multiple times to get a break above that. Couldn't quite do it on this swing up, so some more patience. Perhaps some accumulating, if that is what you are looking for. Not financial advice. 415 resistance. So we could get a pullback down to the 334 level, which is down in here. Or back down to, let's see, 310, which would be down in this level, which is this old area of resistance, which was turned into support perfectly on the 16th of January. So I'd actually be kind of surprised if the price pulled all the way back to there, since that was already made into support. Depends how far these markets want to pull back, but I would be quite surprised if that took place. If that took place, that would be a 15% move to the downside from where we're trading at today. If we pull back to the 334 level, that is a 7.5% pullback. So that is on the downside. We won't really get much further into that. If things go further than that, then we have some more issues at hand, and we're looking at lower prices. But two levels I would watch for, I guess I could call it three levels, is 363. That's basically where we've been trading at for the past couple days. The price has been above that, been below that level. So it's trying to find its footing there. If it can't find its footing at 363, keep in mind the level of 334. That's about a 7.5% move lower. That's right here. And then a 14+% move if they bring the market back down to 310. But if you look on your chart or my chart, perfect support right here at that level. I mean, that is picture perfect support on the 16th of January. We broke out past a range. We pulled back and we put in perfect support right at the top end of that range, and then we rocketed higher. Picture perfect. That is what traders look for. One of many things that traders look for. So we can look back at Casper's trading history going back into the September, October, November timeframe of 2022. And I want to show you something here. So let's dive into this. So we had a very similar to what we're doing, what we just did. We had this range right here. I'll circle it. We had this range right here, this resistance at 310 going back into the August, September, October timeframe. Okay, keep that in mind. We had a big breakout right here out of that range on the 6th of October. We're going to come back to that. Let's go over to recent times. So January all the way back to basically November, guys. Look at this resistance here at 310. The same price that we had back in August, September, October. We broke out right here on the 13th of January. We had a rally, okay? We rallied up to, on October 7th, we found resistance at 363, right here. We found resistance at 334 on recent times. Ultimately, we actually made it up to 363, which is where we're at today. We had a back test of the range. And let's see the date here. The 13th of October. We back tested that range. If you look over here on recent times, the 16th, back tested that range, turned it into support, rocketed higher. Let's go back to the 13th of October, found support, rocketed higher. Pullback. What are we getting right now? A pullback. So what we just went over is the question is, how far does this pullback go? Does it find support where it's at today, which is 363, 334, back down to 310? We'll see. Ultimately, this move, this lower high that took place on the 26th of October was a warning sign of a bearish warning sign. Lower highs, you got to be careful because that next leg down, which is a lower low, can be vicious, which basically took place here on the Casper chart. So we'll see. We'll see if we get a lower high here, and then that tells us that we're heading lower. Do we find support currently where we're at, and then rally, making a new high? It's anyone's guess, guys. Time will tell, but the moves are very similar to what took place back in August, September, October of last year of 2022. So now we just watch our price levels and we wait to see how this thing plays out. The rally has been very broad-based. Things are holding up quite well. Pullbacks are normal along the way. So if this is the early stages of a new cycle to the upside, then we shouldn't get this kind of action that took place in Casper. What should take place is we'll print a higher low either at 363 or down here at 334 or somewhere in between, and then we'll rally and get a new high. And then we'll cancel out what took place. It'll now be doing something new. If we print a lower high, that is a warning sign that there's a good chance we're heading lower, and we're probably going to follow this similar fractal that took place in the October, November, December timeframe for Casper. So it's a waiting game, guys. Time will tell. I would keep an eye on your chart. This is what I'm looking at on my chart, is the 363 level, the 334 level, the 310 level, and then above the market is our 415 and our 435, our 466. Those are all prices, relatively close to the current market. So that is kind of what I see here for Casper. So far, it's done very well off the bottom, at least the bottom so far. If we print a lower high and start to head lower sharply, then perhaps, we'll retest that 262 level or so, something, down in this range here. But from those lows, from our June low, Casper is up, huge. Currently 62%. From our most recent low, it's probably, 20 or 30%. about 30 to 40% off that 262 level, which is one of our levels we have down here on the chart. There is a lot of overhead resistance on Casper. My chart is a mess. Let me attempt to clean this up real quick and so I can show you what I'm talking about. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. Welcome to the channel. If you are not yet subscribed, excuse me, consider doing so. A lot of viewers not yet subscribed. So we found resistance at the 415 level on the chart, and that also correlates, if you've watched our other videos, with the boxing method. Let me try to get a rectangle here. This area up here, you can see our most recent high, and then if we go back to basically there, this area up in here is resistance. So we could be forming a head and shoulders. That's a possibility as well. So we have a shoulder here, we have a head here, and then we are in the stages of forming the right shoulder. That's a possibility, but you could also go back in time and say this was a left shoulder with our current head, and this was a right shoulder. And what did we do? We rallied. So sometimes when investors, I should say, all see the same thing on the chart, the opposite takes place. So if you were looking for a break below this 262 level, which if you're looking at that head and shoulders, that should have been on your radar, we actually got a rally. So it's just interesting. I'm just kind of looking at a bunch of different scenarios, sharing them, and kind of what to look forward to, keeping all possibilities open. So we'll see. All right, guys. Interesting to see how this plays out, if and where it finds support. Maybe it's today at 363. Maybe it's a couple days later, or maybe we go lower and it's down there at 334, or we rally today and head back up to 415. Patience. This thing has done quite well. Bitcoin actually has been very, very strong as well. At some point, we'll get a pullback, but the markets were definitely down in the gutters. Not sure if you know this, but I have talked about it in previous videos that a lot of altcoins are down over 90%, guys, from their highs. So if that is not a huge discount across the market, then I'm not sure what is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet joined us here on the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Take it easy.